What a shot from Rory McIlroy, just when he needed it.
Just moments ago.
Sam Ryder taking it. Talk to me. Come on.
Have you ever seen a shot so insane you swear it had to be fake? Like, there's just no way a human made that happen. These are the shots that defy logic. Shots you could try 100 times and still come up short. The kind of shots that make players laugh in disbelief even when it's their own. No trick edits, no CGI, just pure guts. Perfect timing, and a little bit of magic. These are some of the most unrealistic golf shots you'll ever see. 15. Phil Mickelson's Pine Straw Madness, 2010 Masters. It's Sunday at the 2010 Masters. Phil Mickelson is chasing the lead, standing in the pine straw on Augusta's 13th hole. Most guys would pitch out, take their medicine, stay alive. Not Phil. He pulls a 6-iron, not a wedge, not a layup club, a full-blooded 6-iron. There's a 4-foot wide window between two trees. A creek guards the green. And Mickelson goes for it. The club head brushes past the bark by a hair. The ball rips through the gap like it's got GPS, carries the creek, lands on the green, stops 4 feet from the pin. The crowd roars like someone hit a walk-off home run. Jim Nantz calls it one of the gutsiest shots ever hit in a major. And he's not wrong. Mickelson didn't just pull off the impossible, he made it look planned. 14. Seve Ballesteros Parking Lot Birdie. 1979 Open Championship. They called him the artist. But this wasn't a painting, it was chaos. Seve Ballesteros yanks a tee shot so far right it ends up in a temporary parking lot. You can see fans ducking and scattering. Ball's still in play though. Seve casually walks up, sizes up the shot like it's nothing. Pitching wedge in hand, he opens the face, takes a smooth swing. Ball pops out clean, lands soft, and rolls up to 20 feet. Then he sinks the putt like it's a tap-in, a birdie, from a car park. 13th, Jordan Spieth on a cliff. 2021 Ryder Cup. You know it's bad when the gallery is praying for your ankles. At the 2021 Ryder Cup, Jordan Spieth's approach ends up on this insane slope by Lake Michigan. It's basically a cliff. His feet are angled like he's on a skateboard ramp. He can't swing normal, so he doesn't. Takes this wild, exaggerated chop like he's swinging a baseball bat while sliding backward. The ball launches straight up. It hangs in the air forever, and then it lands about a foot from the hole. The craziest part? Spieth nearly tumbles into the lake trying to keep his balance. But the ball? It's perfect. 12th, Justin Rose Backyard Fence Shot 2024 Cognizant Classic. Here's one you won't believe until you see it. In 2024 at the Cognizant Classic, Justin Rose hits it long and right into someone's backyard. The ball's still in bounds, barely. There's a fence, bushes, zero stance. So what does Rose do? He climbs over, finds a tiny sliver of grass between the fence and the home. No backswing, feet barely stable. He punches it back into play and saves par. 11th, Sergio Garcia, Tree Shot, 2013 Bay Hill. You've seen shots from bunkers. You've seen shots from the rough. But have you ever seen a shot from inside a tree? In 2013, Sergio Garcia's drive on the 10th hole climbs way too high and somehow lodges itself in the fork of a tree trunk. Not under it, not beside it, in the tree. Now, most guys would just take the penalty drop, but Sergio? He climbs up like it's no big deal, spots the ball, positions himself on a branch. He's got one hand on the club. Back turn to the fairway. Awkward swing, zero footing. And then he hits it. The ball drops perfectly back into play. Not a scuff, not a miss hit, just a clean shot from a tree, like it's the most normal thing in the world. And then he climbs back down and keeps going. This is one of those moments that doesn't just bend golf's rules. It tosses the rule book out the window. 10th, Bubba Watson's 40-yard hook, 2012 Masters Playoff. You're in a Masters Playoff, tied on the second hole. Your tee shot ends up buried in pine straw with a tree in the way. Most guys play safe, punch out, hope for a par. But Bubba Watson, he sees a gap the size of a shoebox, pulls out a wedge, and tells his caddy, hook it 40 yards. 40 yards. On purpose. He swings hard. The ball jumps out, turns like it's on a racetrack, and starts hooking immediately. It curves around the trees, cuts across the fairway, and drops on the green like it's landing on a pillow. 15 feet from the hole, he two-putts, wins the Masters. It's one of the gutsiest, most ridiculous pressure shots ever taken, and he made it look like a Saturday morning range session. 9. Tiger Woods flop birdie, 2012 Memorial Tournament. At the 2012 Memorial Tournament, Tiger's tee shot on 16 sails long and ends up in thick downhill rough with water behind the pin. Most players would play it safe. Tiger doesn't. He opens his 60-degree wedge to a crazy angle and commits to a full flop shot, one of the riskiest moves in golf. The ball launches almost straight up, lands softly, and starts rolling. Then it drops. Birdie. The crowd erupts. Tiger unleashes a fist pump. Jack Nicklaus, standing nearby, just shakes his head. That shot didn't just help Tiger tie Jack's all-time win record. It reminded everyone who he really was. A magician, under pressure, doing the impossible. 8. Tom Watson's chip-in, 1982 U.S. Open at Pebble Beach. Tied with Jack Nicklaus. Final round of the U.S. Open, 17th hole at Pebble Beach. Tom Watson misses the green on the left. Awkward lie. Pressure cranked to 11. Everyone's thinking the same thing. Just get it close. Tap in for par. Watson's caddy says, get it close. Watson looks at him and says, I'm going to sink it. And then he does. Perfect chip. One bounce. Soft break. In. The crowd goes nuclear. Jack can only watch. That chip sealed the U.S. Open. Watson walked off like he'd planned it all along. Because he had. 7. Tiger's banana cut around a tree, 2000 U.S. Open at Pebble Beach. Tiger Woods was locked in like a machine. Then, hole 6. He finds trouble. A tree blocked his path. Cliff to the left. He pulls 3 wood. That's not the club you hit when you're playing safe. He launches it high, and then it curves around the tree, cuts back toward the green, lands softly like a guided missile. Everyone watching just gasps. Even the commentators go silent for a second. You know it's special when they can't explain it. And this wasn't just flair. He went on to win the U.S. Open by 15 shots. 6. Rory McIlroy's eagle from the fairway, 2011 U.S. Open. Rory McIlroy was already leading. On the par 4, he striped a drive, pulled a wedge, and went straight at the flag. His approach flew past the pin, spun back, and dropped for eagle. That shot didn't just extend his lead, it ended the tournament. McIlroy never looked back, finishing at 16 under and smashing the U.S. Open scoring record. It was dominance from start to finish. That eagle wasn't luck. It was a statement. Rory wasn't just playing well, he was taking over. And that shot, it made sure everyone knew it. 5. Jack Nicklaus's one-iron dart, 1972 U.S. Open at Pebble Beach. You know it's serious when the one-iron comes out. In 1972 at the Pebble Beach, Nicklaus was standing on the 17th tee. Wind in his face. He pulls out a one-iron, maybe the hardest club in golf. He strikes it pure. The ball climbs into the wind, holds its line, then hits the flagstick. Straight off the pin, drops inches from the hole. One of the purest, most daring shots under pressure ever seen. And he did it like it was nothing. 4. Matt Fitzpatrick's bunker bullet, 2022 U.S. Open at the Country Club. Final round, pressure mounting. Fitzpatrick's in a fairway bunker on the 18th hole. The lie is clean, but the situation isn't. He's got one shot to seal the US Open. Most would aim for the fat part of the green. Not Fitz. He pulls a 9-iron, takes a full swing. Clean contact. The ball fires off the club face like a missile. It cuts through the air, over the ridge, lands with a soft bounce, and stops just 18 feet from the pin. No wild reaction, no fist pump. Just a walk, a deep breath, and eyes on the prize. That shot didn't just win him the US Open, it proved he had steel in his spine when it mattered most. 3. Tiger's flop from Jungle Rough, 2000 US Open, Hole 6. Tiger Woods, in the jungle. Hole 6 at Pebble Beach. He's way offline in rough so thick it looks like it belongs in a rainforest. Everyone figures he'll hack out and take bogey, but Tiger doesn't hack. He plans. He pulls a 7-iron. That's right, 7-iron from a tangle of weeds, trees, and trouble. He threads the needle, launches it high, the ball climbs above the canopy, lands softly, and stays on the green. From that lie, from that spot, with that club, some would call it unreal, but it's just Tiger being Tiger. 2. Hale Irwin's 45-foot miracle, 1990 US Open at Medina. Hale Irwin, 18th green, 45 feet. Needs it to tie. That's not a putt, that's a prayer. But he lines it up, hits it pure. Starts walking after it like he knows. It climbs the ridge, breaks left, then breaks again. And then it drops. The crowd explodes. Irwin slaps hands with a fan, then jogs across the green like he just hit a buzzer beater because he kind of did. He ended up winning the playoff the next day. But it was this putt that gave him a chance. 1. Bryson DeChambeau's 54-yard bunker dagger, 2024 US Open at Pinehurst. Final hole, tied for the lead. 2024 US Open, Pinehurst number 2. Bryson stands on the tee with everything on the line. His drive veers left. Bad angle. Ends up under a tree near the grandstands. He goes for it anyway. The second shot flies toward the green but doesn't make it. The ball plugs in a greenside bunker, 54 yards out. It's one of the most uncomfortable distances in golf. Too far for a soft splash. Too close for a full swing. Bryson steps in, locks eyes on the pin, takes a clean, aggressive swing. The ball launches out, lands softly, and starts tracking. It stops 4 feet from the cup. He drains the putt. That was the dagger. With one bunker shot, he became a 2-time US Open champion. You don't hit that shot without guts. You don't pull it off without insane control. Pressure couldn't touch him. These weren't lucky shots. They were fearless, calculated, wild under pressure. From pine straw, cliffs, bunkers, even trees, each one flipped tournaments. These players trusted the impossible. They didn't flinch. So next time you face a tough shot, ask yourself, what would they do? Then swing. Legends are made that way.